Yes, of course, it's another beautiful episode of Flipside on independent television, reaching you live from the city of Bronze. Yes, the city where the king is truly king. Now, for starters, the Flip Side is one show that seeks to put a balance to issues. You know, we just take a topical issue and then try to examine it and then look at it from a not so popular perspective. It airs every Wednesday on this station. My name is Harry Igboje, and of course, it's my pleasure to say welcome on board this lovely show. Now, I'm not alone. I've got two amazing ladies in the house with me. As a matter of fact, it's a ladies' show today because I happen to be the only guy in the midst. Of course, two beautiful ladies are with me, and together we're going to be doing justice to the discourse of the day. Now, without wasting further time, I'm going to be starting from my far left. She goes by the name of Nice Nkem Okay, right? And she happens to be a medical student and a fitness enthusiast. Welcome on board, Nice. How have you been?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I guess it's your first time on the show, right?
Yes.
Okay, feel free, relax, okay? You're going to enjoy it. Okay, seated next to Nice is someone else who is also a fitness enthusiast, but she happens to be an educationist. She goes by the name of Caroline Sede. Welcome on board, Caroline.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a very interesting discourse before us, okay? Something that has to do with physical wellness, physical well-being, right? A lot of times we get so carried away, we get so engrossed in our daily activities that we do not realize how much we are neglecting our bodies, right? And then it gets to a point where just like our machines, just like our gadgets, they begin to give us warning signs, and then it gets to a point where they even break down. Then we'll start running helter-skelter. Now, today we're taking a look at fitness awareness in a fast-paced world. Yeah, fitness awareness. First of all, what is fitness? By the way, you guys are fitness experts, right? Or enthusiasts?
Enthusiasts.
Okay,
Yes.
So how would you define fitness? And how is it different from physiotherapy?
Okay, fitness is a lifestyle.
Okay.
It's a lifestyle that stems from your nutrition, the kind of activities that you carry out, and by so doing, it keeps you fit over a period of time.
Okay.
And so when you are consistent with it, you eventually can say you are fit.
When you're consistent?
When it needs consistency.
Okay.
You don't just touch and go.
Okay.
And physiotherapy will be ensuring that people can move, can recover from diseases. Maybe you had a surgery or you had an accident and some nerves are not working, and so you go through some exercises to be able to get fit again, to be able to move. Yes, so there's a little difference between physiotherapy and
fitness.
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with her or you have a different opinion?
I agree with her, but I could add something to it.
Yeah, please do, by all means.
So, fitness it's like a feel-good, do-good lifestyle. So you do the work, consistency. You do the work consistently, and then you feel good, you look good.
Feel good, look good.
Yes.
Okay, so do you feel good, engaging in physical fitness?
Very much so.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, because a lot of persons will tell you it's stressful and hectic because of the, physical exertion that's involved. So how does it feel good?
For every activity, there's a negative side. That negative side, at the beginning of your fitness journey, it's your body adjusting to this new thing you've brought to it, right? So obviously you're going to feel the adjustments. You're creating space for new things, for healthier things to come in. That's why I said do good, and then you feel good. So you first of all do the good thing,
and then begin to feel.
Yes, and then consistently you feel good.
Now, do those adjustments you just mentioned have to do with muscular pains most times? Because for some persons who are new in the fitness journey, they begin to feel some, muscular pains around their bodies. So is that normal?
It's very much normal in the first stage of your fitness journey. Even along the side, there are people that have been doing it for years. I've been into fitness for years, right? And there are still certain workouts. There are cardio workouts that I finish and I feel exhausted. So obviously it is a good thing. like our coach will call it, say, feel the good pain.
No
so it's
pain,
a good pain.
no gain.
No pain.
No
yeah.
pain, no gain.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
feel the
now,
good pain.
all right, thank you very much. Now, how can, because one of the essence of this, particular topic is the fact that a lot of persons are so busy with their, day-to-day activities that they don't even have time, to exercise, to work out. Some don't even realize the importance of fitness. So the question here is, how can individuals incorporate exercise into their busy schedule?
Yes. If you're so busy that you ignore exercising, it's like you think that your body is a machine that doesn't need to rest or needs some, because even machines break down.
Okay.
And if you as a person, you have organs that are working in your body and you overwork them and you don't exercise, then it will break down. So while you're working, you must be able to plan out your time, schedule exercises, schedule them and make sure that you take them when they are due, and then select from a number of exercises the ones that you like most.
Okay.
Maybe you like dancing, maybe you like singing, maybe you like running.
So dancing is a form
jumping.
of
Yes, dancing is a form
exercise.
of exercise. Yes.
Oh.
And so if you can incorporate any of those exercises, it's all good. Because
Okay.
at the end of the day, you sweat out, you can relax, and then you feel good. And so if you are too busy, there are little schedules that can be mixed, that can be put in your regular daily schedule. There are breaks.
Okay, any
There
particular
are
ones you would
times
like to
there are
recommend?
exercises like jumping jacks that you can do. That
Okay.
it doesn't matter where you are, you can do it. You can do
Wrist
short
stretches.
runs around. You can do walking around if you love walking. All right. You can do press ups. You can
Okay.
do lunges. All right. And so those are little exercises that you can mix up with your regular schedule, and then make sure you stand up and walk around once in a while. Don't sit in one place for too long.
Okay.
And then there are so many things that you can do. If your workplace has a staircase, take the option of using the staircase to climb up instead of using a lift, for example. All right, so those are exercises that you can incorporate into your daily activity, and at the end of the day, at least you feel fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay, some people will tell you that their jobs are naturally tasky, like physically challenging, because of the nature of it. For example, people who work in, mining sectors, right? They mine, they do a lot of physical stuff. Some of them exert a lot of energy in the process, and they think that's enough. That's enough exercise, to keep their body fit. Do you think that's correct?
As much as that's correct, fitness is not just a physical exercise, it's about a mental exercise.
Okay.
So if you're consistently doing their jobs, even if it's every day, there is a certain period in time where you don't go to work, like Saturdays, Sundays. They take those time out. You could schedule those time out and then make out the time for yourself. Take little exercises, drink water, do wrist stretches. It's as simple as do high-intensive workouts. There are short-form workouts that you can do. While mining, you can go outside, take a little break, do breathing exercises. That's a fitness journey too,
True.
right? So take breaks. As long as those can be those can be classified as cardio, those mining that have to do with heavy workouts. There are other aspects of your body that needs relaxation for a certain time after doing cardio workouts. So go outside, go for walks. Like she said, take the stairs or just walk around.
Okay.
So after being involved in that heavy activity, mining, walking around, breathing exercises, it relaxes your body. So it balances out the whole, okay, I did cardio and now I'm doing a relaxation activity.
Okay.
So both of them, the heavy workout you did or the heavy lifting you did while mining, and then the relaxed activity you did, the breathing and every other thing together, then you can say, okay, I did something that has to do with my healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
Yes, because obviously while doing the mining and everything, you are exerting strength. So you gaining the strength without like food.
Okay.
You are that is the breathing and everything. You are not taking in food, but you are relaxing your body. So it's a state of mind. That's how
So it's
big.
beyond physical.
Yes.
Okay, now
environmental.
this question still goes to you, Kim. How does a sedentary lifestyle affect long-term health? What do I mean by that? There are some persons who are not privileged to be moving about. Some persons travel a lot, they move about a lot, but some persons just don't have that privilege, especially for our aged population. You know, people in their 50s, 60s, or even 70s. They don't have the kind of energy that, you know, people like you and I have, right? So how do you think that affects them in the long run?
How does it affect them? Okay. So, staying in one place while still in your age mate, there are people in their 50s, 60s that still move around. They are still healthy,
Okay.
right? But staying in a static position, like you said, a sedimentary position,
Yeah.
right, brings room for comparison. As much as they would not say it out that, oh, see my age mate moving around while I'm here sitting
So they
down.
feel challenged, that's what you're
Yes,
saying.
can lead to mental health problem. Like I said, fitness is not about a physical state, it's a mental state, your
Okay.
emotional state, feeling good. So while you being in one place, you feel depressed. Like I said, feel good, do good.
Okay.
So since you're not doing the good activity, you don't feel good overall, you feel depressed. There are other activities, your body becomes static because you don't move regularly, you don't exercise regularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that suggests that there's an emotional side to fitness. Okay, just because from what you've just said, people who stay in one place for too long begin to feel less of themselves because they see other persons doing things that they would love to do, but because they don't have the energy, because they don't have what it takes to do what those other persons are doing, they begin to feel depressed in a way, right? Now, let's begin to look at other dimensions to this discourse, the technological angle to it. What role do fitness apps and wearables play in maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Nowadays, people don't feel the need, not all though, but some persons, because of their busy schedule, just like I've said, they have downloaded apps, you know, and some wearables just to help them, you know, participate in daily fitness routines.
Yes.
How does this, or what role does all of these things play in maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, there are apps that would guide you on how to do some particular types of exercises, and that will help you to be able to learn from the comfort of your home.
Okay.
And those are there are ways of helping people to be able to keep fit even while in the comfort of their homes or in their offices. And then the wearables, things like fast watches, like smart watches,
Okay.
that could help you maybe record the number of steps you have done in a day.
In a day, okay.
And because we are told that to keep fit, at least in a day, you should at least have about 10,000 steps.
10,000.
There's no way of measuring that if you are just walking around.
Okay.
But if you have a smartwatch on you, you're able to tell how much.
Well, let's be
you have
practical.
done.
Imagine telling someone they have to do how many steps?
10,000.
10,000.
That in itself could
It's
even break
doable.
their hearts.
Yes,
like,
it is.
you know, it sounds
Sometimes you do more than that. Without
really.
knowing.
Yes.
But when you just tell people casually,
When
some
you
of them
have
think it's not
When
possible.
you have a smartwatch, you are able to keep track.
Okay.
So that you will
Steps.
know that the days that you are not able to meet up, you see that, oh, you didn't do much, and the days that you did more than, you can be able to keep track. So those smart watches and those gadgets can guide you in your fitness journey.
Okay.
To know that you will know that there shouldn't be excess of everything is bad actually. So if there is a target and then you overrun the target, you can slow down.
Okay.
You can, and then if you're not meeting the target, then you don't also expect the results that the target should give you. So those apps, they guide you, they help you to be able to compare with other people who are doing the same thing.
Okay.
And if you saw somebody use a particular app to achieve a particular thing, you can follow the same routines and hopefully be able to achieve that. So those apps they are actually good, and they also save you if you are to register in a gym as a regular member, you know it is more expensive than having an app
Having an
to be
app,
able to
okay.
follow up the exercises from the app and all that.
All right, thank you so much. Now, Nkem, I'm sure you can relate to this one. There are people who depend on social media, you know, for fitness. So how do you think, you know, social media helps to impact fitness, motivation, and body image?
I would say it impacts people positively, but to everything there's a negative side.
Okay.
So as much as you compare, there's a healthy comparison, the word healthy there, where you compare yourself to other people with their fitness journey that you guys started together. So it's, oh yes, I've reached the goal I wanted. I wanted to lose 20 kg. This person wanted to lose 20 kg. We did the same workout, we inculcated the same lifestyle, and at the end of the day, there is a good amount, or we've reached our goals in a very healthy way. But then there are also bad sides where, okay, we did the same workout, but now you're losing 25 kg and I'm losing 16.
Okay.
And our goals was 20 kg. So I would say look for the right part of social media, or look for the right side of social media.
Okay.
Take out LD comparison. Know that your fitness journey is you versus you.
You versus you.
Yes, and not you against the world.
So you are not comparing yourself with anyone.
You are not comparing. You are not having a negative comparison with other people.
Okay.
But you're having a healthy comparison, taking them as your, how will I put it?
Motivation?
Your motivation.
Okay.
Yes, to achieving that goal, but not saying, oh, I must have the same 20 kg at the same time that the person worked it out, because no two person have the same body type or body specifications.
Okay.
So I would say social media has its good side and also has its bad side.
Bad side, okay.
So it's left for you to choose
the side that benefits
the side that benefits you.
Okay. All right, in case you're just joining us, it's Flipside on independent television, and today we're taking a look at fitness, the very important sides to fitness, because a lot of persons do not realize how important fitness is. So we just get carried away with our daily activities, and then we get to realize that our body is more important to us than we think. Now we shall be going on a break, and when we return, the program continues. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's still Flipside on independent television, and today we're looking at fitness awareness in a fast-paced world. Now, it's very important to, create the awareness of fitness, because fitness, just like you people have established, is part and parcel of our daily lives. Else, our bodies will begin to tell on us in ways that we can't understand. Now, the next question I would like to ask is something that has to do with nutrition and diet. How can people maintain a balanced diet despite a fast-paced lifestyle? For people who leave the house very early, because of the pressure to meet up to a certain time frame, they can't prepare food before leaving the house. How do they maintain a balanced diet, vis-a-vis fitness?
Yeah, we need to be educated about the balanced diet.
Okay.
And to understand that in your diet, you need to, at least even in primary school, they tell you need your carbohydrates, you need fats, you need protein.
Yeah.
So when you understand that, then you know that you need to plan your meals. Even though you are working every day, daily, and you are busy, you need to plan what you will eat. Even if you're buying food, you need to plan what you will buy to eat, because you are conscious of balancing your diet. And so in the fast-paced world, we also have all those fast foods and all that. So even when you go to buy food, you should be able to know what do you need to add to what you are taking.
Okay.
And if you are not buying, then you also plan ways of preparing some meals ahead of time. You can. And one other very important thing I know is that for those who are working, if you know that you need proteins in your food, and one of the very common proteins is beans. Beans is one of the very common. But many people would say, oh, I can't close from work and cook beans.
Because it takes time
to cook.
Yeah, to prepare.
Then we need to be informed about gadgets that you can use that can make it faster for you.
Yeah.
Such as?
Something like a pressure pot is a must for a worker.
Okay.
Because even when you have little children at home, you need to make sure that they are taking these foods. If because you are busy, you ignore that, then you pay for it.
Okay.
So you need to have gadgets like, especially a pressure
pot, okay.
that can hasten your cooking if you buy meat and you want to cook it. So you get used to how the pressure pot works.
Okay.
And it can release some time for you to be able to achieve this
this goal.
Yes.
All right. You just talked about fast food.
Yeah.
So how do processed foods and fast foods impact on general health?
Yeah, you also, to balance your diet, you need to reduce as much as possible taking in a lot of processed foods. Some of them are stored with, some of them contain a lot of salt and sugar. And if you want to be fit, you need to reduce the salt intake and the sugar intake. So eating a lot of more home prepared meals is better than taking in processed
meals.
Foods.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, what are some of the quick and healthy meals or meal options that one can incorporate into their daily diet? Right. I'm talking of quick ones, not the ones that will take, just like you said, beans takes time. Yeah. What are those instant, meals that one can incorporate into their, daily diets?
In the aspect of healthy options, it doesn't always have to be food.
Okay.
So you could take in fruits. While going to work, you could buy fruits, or meal planning, plan it a day before. So for fruits that need peeling, washing, you could prep it, put it in the fridge.
Okay.
Yes, or fast foods. There are foods you can easily boil, like eggs. If you can't take in beans every day, there's a research that says at least 3 eggs balances out your protein level.
Daily?
Yes.
Okay.
But then some people wouldn't want to take 3 eggs every day.
Because of the hazards?
Yes.
Okay.
So at least 1 egg while doing your other activity, preparing for work, you could boil it.
Okay.
Yes, you could boil it or keep it while going to work. You can eat it with your fruits or that thing. Doesn't always have to be food options. I mean, fruits are also food.
Yes.
Okay.
So you could take in fruits option, quick meals, eggs, fruit juices,
and whole grains.
Yes, water, grains, vegetables. Yes.
Now you made mention of the impact of exercise, fitness on mental health. I would like you to expatiate on that. How does regular physical activity impact stress and mental health?
So let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
I grew up in a fit house, or in a house where we do exercise regularly. My father is over 60, but you would not know because he jogs every day.
Okay.
Despite the busy time, he jogs every day. So, and I used to do tracks. So at a certain lifestyle, I had pains in my leg. At a certain time, I had pains in my leg, so I stopped. And then I started comparing myself to people, like, oh, they run more than me, so how come I do short distance races and I have pains? Yes. Yeah. So that's the mental state. You feel this comparison. That comparison led to depression, other things, depression. I was not doing very well overall. So you see, and then I started my fitness journey again, but this time with lesser activities, not like tracks. I started basketball, started going to the gym, not as often as possible, like 3 times a week because of school schedules. So you can see that improved my mental state. I stopped the whole comparison because I stopped comparing myself to people on tracks.
Okay.
And then I made motivational people in basketball sectors, in the gym sectors, made friends that improved my mental state.
Does that mean you play basketball?
Yes.
Interesting. All right. Now, what do you have to add to that, Mrs.
Our
Caroline?
mental state matters a lot, and when you are not in the right frame, you cannot reason well, you cannot walk well, you cannot impact as much as you can to those who are around you. So when you do physical exercises, you interact with people, you are able to forget the stress that you are going through, emotional stress or whatever negative energy that you may have gotten. It improves the way you see things, it improves the way you react to things. And I think that further just helps your mental well-being, so status. And so people around you feel the energy.
Okay.
Right, so you're able to impact better.
All right. So how can companies promote fitness among employees?
I think it is good to always plan out fitness activities for employees within your company once in a while. Individuals will incorporate their own into it, but as a company, if it is possible to have a gym within your building, if it is possible, if you think people going out may spend more time or that is also good.
Okay.
But once in a while, you can organize activities for people, for your staff to come out and feel in a different manner and exercise their bodies. If animals do require exercises, what more of us hire animals?
Yeah.
You know, so you find that when you release a dog, it runs up and down. If you release chicken, they run up and down.
Even though they don't realize they're actually exercising.
Yeah, they don't realize, but they realize they may not talk, but they realize that they need it. So they will do this running up and down before they will come back to stay. And if you work with little children, it's the same thing. Once you go to an open environment, you see that they want to run up and down. So we should incorporate that into our daily schedule so that people can exercise themselves. It's very important.
Okay, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Apart from building an in-company gym, I feel like companies or schools should inculcate the whole subsidy. So with this card, you could get a card as an employee. With this card, if a gym membership costs you 25,000, with this card you get a 20%, 50% off. Right? As a student of Uniben, the gym membership we pay in the school gym is about 60% off the price that workers or even outsiders pay.
All right, let me pause you then, Kim. You'll take it from there after this break. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's still Flipside on Independent Television, and we're taking a look at fitness awareness in a fast-paced world. And my guests have been doing justice to the topic so far. Now, Miss Caroline, the question I would like to ask now is, how does prolonged screen time affect overall health? Because there are people who stay on the screen for hours on end, okay? Some even stay on the screen for like a day, right? So how does this affect them, you know, in the long run?
Yeah, just like we talked about sedentary lifestyle, prolonged stay in front of the screen or in any place at all will affect you negatively. And this time you're talking about sitting in front of the screen and watching, looking at either the phone or looking at computers or looking at the television. There is light that is coming into your eyes, and sometimes the intensity is high. So you need to be able to regulate how much of that you take in, because you notice that presently we have even little babies having to use eyeglasses to see, and those were not those kind of things were not on earlier on before. But that prolonged screen time obviously will affect the eyes, and so optometrists are there to correct with the glasses. But if you can break the time and reduce the intensity of the light where there's possibility to do that, that will be better, because prolonged screen time cannot. And then how you sit in front of the screen, your posture also matters. So when you stay like that for a long time, of course it will affect you. Yes, it will.
Now, still talking technology, nowadays kids are exposed to lots of gadgets, right? Even their cartoons are in gadgets nowadays, right? So how do you think parents can control the rate at which these kids are exposed to these gadgets and the hazards, you know, that are inherent in them?
So parents can control the rate at which you use gadgets. There is a setting in every phone. It's called parents control setting, right? So you could set that into your phone or activate it in your phone, that for every app that is not of it within a child's age, it will notify you that, okay, your child is moving past the limit.
The limit, okay.
Yes. And then the screen time, you could set out a time for your child. Okay, use your phone for 2 hours. Automatically it resets in your child's brain over time that, okay, whatever I have to do it in this set time my mother or my father has given me.
Okay.
I have to watch my movie in 2 hours, or I have to play video games in maximum 2 hours. Then if we have lenient parents, okay, maybe my mom can give me 30 minutes extra, or my father can give me 30 minutes extra. But then creating limits to everything, a maximum limit to everything, where the child can, okay, after this, I know I'm not going to cross this boundary. After 2 hours, I return the gadget back to my mother, or after an hour, I put on my phone and go and do other activities. So I feel like creating limits and boundaries, healthy boundaries, could reduce the rate at which we have negative technological effects on our children.
Okay, I actually asked that question because I understand that a lot of parents are under pressure to do their kids' bidding all the time. You know how very funny some kids of these days can be. They'll tell you they want to watch cartoon and they don't care if you don't want them to continue. As far as they're concerned, they want to have fun and that's it. So, you know, it's a good thing that you've said that it's very important for parents to, you know, instill discipline and, you know, put their foot on the ground sometimes and say, you know what, you've had enough for the day, or you've had enough for now, right? Okay, so the next question I would like to ask is, what are affordable ways to stay fit without gym membership? Some persons don't have what it takes, or they can't afford gym membership.
Yeah.
So are there affordable ways, you know, they can keep fit without having to pay for a gym?
Yes, there are affordable ways. I, for one, am not registered in any gym.
Okay.
And anywhere you are, there are places where you can exercise. There are clubs that you can join. And if there are in your environment, if your community, you can join clubs like that. And then we talked about gadgets that you can use, social media apps that you can use in your own house and still be able to, like, you're communicating with the world,
okay,
but you are in your house. So you don't have to be in a gym to keep fit. But if there is a gym around, the difference is just that for the gym you have you get to use the gadgets physically, and then maybe you have trainers who can guide you on what exercises to do or how to do them correctly. All right, but sometimes if you cannot afford it, you won't say, because I can't afford a gym fee, I will not keep fit. No.
Okay.
Fitness is next to you have to be fit.
Okay.
All right. So you make every effort to be fit and not say because there is no gym.
So no excuses are allowed.
No excuses.
Okay, now let's take this a notch higher. What efforts do you think government and individuals can make to, you know, increase fitness awareness in our society?
Starting from the schools, from the school system. I am an educationist and I don't agree, I don't like it when a school doesn't have a space where children can play.
And then fitness facilities as well.
Children must play.
Okay.
And so if they don't have those spaces at home, if they have at home, fine. If they don't have at home, they must have in school.
In school, okay.
And so when you incorporate that, even in your churches, the church activities must incorporate fitness activities into their programs. When you do that, you find that younger people are more excited to join. They are more excited when you have to do physical exercises. They sit in classes and they are tired of sitting in classes and they want to be out. And so when you incorporate that into them, they grow up knowing that this is what it should be. So even when they get to their jobs, they will always incorporate that into their lives, in their lifestyles and lifestyle. So fitness is something that it should not be left on its own. You must make effort at every place where you have people, a group of people working. You must be able to incorporate some form of fitness into what they are doing, and that way you will get better output.
Okay, still talking about schools. Some private schools particularly have fitness facilities like swings, merry-go-rounds and the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know, could these be considered as part of what you just talked about?
Yes, of course. Yes, they are, because children will be excited to go to those places. And so you also know that there's timing of when they can go there and when they must leave there.
Okay.
All right. So when you do that, they know that even when you give them an assignment and you tell them, if you don't finish this, you're not going to. So you see that it motivates them to work.
Okay.
It motivates them to do their work, and then they are looking forward to going to do an exercise, 1 or 2 exercises. So all those things are very important, especially in the educational system.
All right, Nkem, I noticed you were nodding in agreement. Do you have anything to add to that, or you want to disagree?
I agree with her.
Okay.
I agree with her because we need these facilities regularly. No matter how small or how insufficient we feel it's not enough, no matter how little it is.
Okay.
Like she said, companies can, instead of taking the lift, you can take the stairs. So I feel like more companies should build higher buildings, or like, okay, maybe once in a while take the stairs, advise them to take the stairs, tell them, okay, let's have these activities once or twice a year.
Okay.
This fitness activity once or twice a year, bring in a coach once or twice a year. The schools too, like in primary or secondary schools, at least every Friday there are sport activities. And if you notice, every Friday or Thursdays, most students would want to come to school. They don't want to miss that because, like I said, fitness is a mental state.
Okay.
So it stimulates their brains.
So they look forward to it.
Yeah, there's something we call endorphins in the medical world. It's a feel-good chemical in our body. So every Friday or Saturday, children will be, oh, I want to go to school. Every Friday or Thursday, I want to go to school because we have these activities where we play around.
Okay.
To them, they are playing or they are just jumping or moving. But their body, they are working out indirectly. They're having cardios, they're having the whole running.
Yes.
Yes, they are having cardios, little lifestyles that are inculcated. So I feel it is necessary.
Wow.
For everyday lifestyle.
Amazing. Okay, still talking about creating awareness. You know, if you take a look at society today, there are different kinds of seminars. There are relationship seminars, there are health seminars and the rest. So do you think the government should also incorporate fitness seminars into the society?
Yes, there is always need to inform people when they are beginning to forget.
Okay.
If they are not conscious about it, because health is wealth. If you are a government and you want the people that you're leading to be healthy, if you are heading an establishment, you want your workers to be healthy. And so once in a while, there should be health talks like this.
Yes.
Sometimes some people may be forgetting. And so when you talk about it, it reminds them that there is something they need to do. They can do once in a while. They can do all the time. Some people could be giving excuses all the time. But excuses do not take you anywhere.
Okay.
So you need to be able to engage in these physical activities. If there are reminders here and there regularly to tell people that, oh, because the health complaints and the resurfacing of so many diseases that are coming up now, some of them are because of this negligence of this fitness. Because sometimes if you go to the hospital, the doctor will tell you, go and exercise. So if you were exercising, you may not have come. Okay. So you should be able to know that some of these fitness activities enable you to be able to avoid some diseases that will make you spend so much money trying to cure them and suffer from the pain and all that. So it is important that people are reminded all the time.
Okay, so it's never too much to continue to create an awareness.
It's never too much. Yes.
Okay. One of the excuses some persons give for, avoiding the gym is because of indecent dressing. They will tell you, in fact, I think it's becoming more rampant nowadays. Some persons will tell you, there's too much of distraction in the gym.
Yeah.
Some people just come dressed to kill. Do you think that's a legit excuse for avoiding the gym?
Yeah, that could be enough excuse. That could be one of the reasons why some people would not visit the gym.
Okay.
And it is also a recent excuse because before now we never even had as many gyms at all. Okay. But now they are surfacing, they are coming up, And so some of the reasons, some of the problems could be that, oh, people go there half naked, they don't dress well and all that. So it is the same in the churches, it is the same in schools. Indecent dressing is everywhere.
Okay.
So if you use that to say that is the reason why you will not keep fit, and then you're wrong.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So we continuously talk to people who are indecently dressed in churches, in schools, everywhere. Advise them to dress corporately.
Okay.
All right. If you're going to a gym, there is a way you dress to do exercises. You don't have to be naked to do an exercise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Do exercises come with side effects or hazards?
Yes,
Okay.
some do. There is an adage that said, they do pass yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
So it means you're
when
crossing
you
your
are-
limits, right?
Yes, you have exerted your limits.
Your limits, okay.
That's why for every workout there is a time, or there's an average time that even coaches tell you, okay, do this exercise for 30 seconds, do it for 50 seconds. And then over time your body gets used to the workout, and then you think, okay, this 30 seconds is not needed anymore, let me do 1 minute or 2 minutes. And then you feel pain after, and you start deceiving yourself and saying, oh, this pain is because I just tried it.
Yeah.
Yes, or because, okay, I'm gaining more strength. Yes, so I would say it has a negative side by over-exerting yourself.
Okay.
So maintaining the limits that you can, or maintaining the pace that you can, or you're used to,
Okay.
is very, very, very essential in your fitness journey.
All right. Okay, it's still Flipside on independent television. We shall be going on one last break, and when we return, it will be time to wrap things up. Please stay tuned.
It's the 28th ITV Founders Day celebration. Join us as we reflect on our journey, celebrate our achievements, and explore the future of our great nation. This year's theme, Nigeria, Quo Vadis, where are we going, is a poignant and timely question that resonates with the current state of our nation. As we gather to celebrate the founding of ITV, we will also be engaging in a critical examination of our country's trajectory and exploring ways to navigate the complexities of our national journey.
Keynote speaker, Senator Adams Aliyu Shomole, Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District.
Chairman on the occasion, Emmanuel Osazua, youngest special advisor to the Governor of Delta State on Culture and Tourism.
Date 30th April 2025.
Come and be part of this significant occasion as we celebrate 28 years of ITV's commitment to excellence and nation building.
All right, it's good to know you're still there. It's Flipside on independent television, and this is the final lap of the show. Now, ladies, just one last question before we begin to call it a wrap. What advice would you give to people who think fitness is too much of a luxury for them? Let me start with you, Miss Caroline.
I will tell them, I would use myself as an example to tell them, fitness cannot just be a luxury. And you cannot say that you cannot afford it, because fitness is something you can walk around. If you can walk around, not trekking.
Okay.
Trekking is when you are supposed to go somewhere and you have to, but you come out of your whole house.
But sorry to interrupt. Is
walk.
trekking not supposed to be a part of exercise or working out?
Yes, it is, but it is not planned. You didn't plan.
Okay.
Sometimes you trek because you didn't have you could have had an option of taking a ride or
Okay.
something, and maybe because you didn't find a ride.
So
that's
it's
why
usually
you
not
do it.
intentional.
But you intentionally leave your house to walk, so you dress for it.
Okay.
All right, because if you're wearing high heels and you're trekking, it's not the same thing like wearing trainers and walking. Okay, so you make it intentional and go out for it and plan the times to go out for it. Fitness is a must.
It's a must.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope our viewers got that. Okay, what's your own final word for, you know, people out there who are probably lazy. Maybe lazy is not the right word, but they just don't have that enthusiasm to go out there and, you know, get themselves exercised.
Like you said, go out there to get themselves exercise. I would say start small.
Okay.
If you can't go to the gym because you do not know the workouts that suits your own lifestyle, start small. Use social media apps, YouTubes. Certain people upload their workouts to their YouTube channels, their social media platforms. So use YouTube, use apps. There are apps like Opal, Refocus apps. When I can't go to the gym or I can't go to my fitness club, I use those apps for myself.
Okay.
So use apps, use YouTube, start small. While if you are in the communication sectors, you are going to be having a lot of calls. So while taking this call, instead of sitting down, walk around your office. Walk around your
office. So you should just use that opportunity to take a walk around. Okay.
For every opportunity you can, be conscious of it. Okay, while making this call, I know this call is going to last for 5-10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to walk around, or I have a meeting in the next 5-10 minutes. There's nobody in the office, so I have the time to myself. I can take a walk around the office, or I can have seats or chair squats where you stand, sit, stand. So you are indirectly stretching your legs. You can have wrist stretches for people that are consciously on their phone or typing. But just start small, no matter how small you feel it might be. Because 19 minutes of workouts per week reduces about 40% of of cardiovascular illness.
How many minutes did you say?
19 minutes per week, and in a week there are 7 days. So that's like 3 minutes daily. Yes. Okay. So you can see, no matter how small it might be, just start small. No matter how insufficient or unimportant you might feel it looks, your body is making use of that exercise, both mentally, physically, socially. You can socialize in your gym places. You can socialize other places. Social lifestyle, physical, emotional. Just start small. That's my advice.
Start small. Thank you very much, ladies. You guys have said a whole lot, and I've learned personally. In fact, you guys will see me working out real hard from this moment on. All right, Mrs. Caroline Sede, thank you very much for taking our time to be with me on the show today. And of course, Nkem Nice, right? Thank you very much for being a part of the show.
Thank you for inviting us.
All right, guys, it's been Flipside on independent television, and today we took a look at fitness awareness in a fast-paced world. Now, if there's anything I think the ladies in the house have said so far, it's the fact that no matter how busy you are, no matter how occupied you are, you can always, make out time to exercise, because your body is all you've got. If it breaks down, there are no spare parts. There are no spare parts. Forget about what you hear about plastic surgeries and all of that. Those surgeries can be very, very expensive. So don't you think it's wiser and smarter for you to manage your body efficiently and, in a better way than, getting yourself into trouble, and then you start, or your family members will start running helter-skelter looking for ways to, help you. So do the right thing, work out, create time for yourself, eat right, incorporate the right diet into your daily routine, and ensure that you work out as much as possible. My name is Harry Aigbo J, and until I come your way again, same time, same session next week, stay out of trouble, do the right thing, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.